to this edition of Northeast Diary as we explore the northeastern part of India. It gets intriguing to know about it in each episode. Let me tell you about the excitement in today's episode. Today, we bring to you an interview featuring three dynamic young female entrepreneurs hailing from Northeast: Purba Barua, Dasiri Dingdo, and Barsha Sharma, wherein they share their insights and aspirations in the booming homestay network of the region. We also bring a report on the National Commission for Women Capacity Development Workshop for Women in Northeast for non-timber forest produce business. But for now, let's go to Nagaland, where the ancient tradition of building slate-roofed houses continues to be practiced and preserved. Nagaland, known for its vibrant tribal traditions and unique craftsmanship, is witnessing a decline in its age-old house-building practices. While traditional houses are a rarity in urban areas, this decline extends to rural regions where traditional houses are fast disappearing. However, amidst this changing landscapes, Peshu village in the frontier district of Noklak near the Indo-Myanmar border stands as a testament to enduring heritage. Our correspondent Asuno from Akashvani, Kohima, reports that the community here is steadfast in preserving the ancient tradition of slate-roofed houses, reflecting their dedication to maintaining cultural continuity.
The Pesu village is especially known for slab rooftop houses. The slab stones rooftop has been in practice since the settlement of the Pesu village and hitherto in practice despite the decline of these traditional housing practices. Mr. Pesing, a farmer and a practitioner of the extraction of stone slate roofing, shares more on it.
My name is Pasing. Let me share how the extraction of stone slate process were done by our forefathers and will be still did. Well, our forefather started the process of extraction of stone slate by putting up local egg and rope or fat at the extraction site. With the chanting of prayer, like my heart and like my liver, let the stone slate be extracted. But with the coming of Christianity, the worship and chanting has stopped and replaced with simple prayer towards the Almighty God. For the arrangement of the slates, the smaller size slates are put up on the top and bottom of the roof, and the bigger size slates are arranged in the middle. The top and bottom slates are called Jiyo and Jingoi, and the middle slates are called Hito. The word Hito means place where people sit or gather inside the house. The stone slates are of four different types. The first one is black colored stone slate, which are crispy in nature. The second is black colored stone slate, which is soft in nature. While the third type is of black colored stone slate with a butterfly picture on it. And the fourth is off-white colored stone slate. Out of these four types of stone slates, the best and most sought after is the black colored butterfly picture slate.
Comparing to the modern CGI sheet, the stone slate roof is more sustainable and durable. According to the local sources, some of the stone slate in the village dated more than 200 years old. The stone slate rooftop provides much cooler temperature compared to modern CGI sheet and also acts as a soundproof during rainy season. With the advent of the modern means of construction, the stone slate rooftop is diminishing at a very fast pace. Only handful of stone slate rooftop houses exist today. Owing to the laborious nature of work, extraction of stone slate are substituted by modern materials which are easily available in the market. Interestingly, the stone slate roofing can be found at the Morongs of the Kamyungan tribe at the Hornbill Festival site in Naga Heritage Village, Kisama. So for any tourists who happen to visit Nagaland, do not forget to check out this intricate style of roofing at Kisama. For Northeast Diary with Amshu Asonyu from Akashvani News, Kohima.
In Mizoram, women continue to make significant strides across various spheres of life, from family support to active roles in society and politics. Recently, the Mizo Hemche in Sukhvam Paul, the state's largest women's organization, MHIP, marked its Golden Jubilee with great enthusiasm. The landmark celebration took place at the Assam Rifles Lamual in the heart of Aizawl. highlighting the pivotal role women play in shaping the future of the state. Our correspondent Irene from Aizawl brings you highlights from this momentous occasion and the new promises it heralds for the community.
Speaking on the historic occasion, Home Minister K. Sabdanga lauded the women's community of Mizoram for their active participation in the overall development of the state. The Home Minister said that MHEP has contributed a yeoman's service for the state and appreciated its activities for the last 50 years. Sabdanga said that women are the torchbearer of society and family. He said that their dedication in the spirit of Mizo Tlomgaina in the society is much appreciable. The lone woman cabinet minister, Lalrin Pui, who also attended the celebration, said that Mizo women has made great progress in all walks of life in recent times. She said that Mizo women are now taking an active role in social fronts and even in politics. Emphasizing the role of mothers, the minister said that the fight against drugs has to begin from each and every home. Commenting on the role of women in Mizoram, S. Lal Ramhuni, Assistant Professor, Faith College, Aizawl, said that women are the backbone of Mizo society. She said, 3 women were elected in the 2023 State Legislative Assembly, and for the first time in the history of Mizoram, the state has a women cabinet minister. Comparing with other states in the country, women in Mizoram plays a vital role in socio-economic platform, which in turn paves a way for a political role. Emancipating women for a political role will start when they are given a chance in pressure groups and churches. Presently, all political parties have instituted women's wing, which open doors for their participation. Apart from this central scheme, have helped a lot in inclusion of women in different sectors, and most importantly, the Women's Reservation Act passed by the Parliament will be a blessing. The MHEP Golden Jubilee celebration was also held in all district headquarters and at several places in the state. Irene Akashvani, Aizawl.
The National Commission for Women has launched a new initiative aimed at empowering tribal women in Northeast India through non-timber forest produce business. This week, Shillong hosts a pivotal workshop designed to equip indigenous women with the skills and knowledge needed to turn their expertise in forest resources into profitable enterprises. A report for you all.
In a significant step towards empowering tribal women in the Northeast, the National Commission for Women has launched a new initiative aimed at boosting their involvement in non-timber forest produce businesses. The NCW chairperson, Rekha Sharma, recently attended a regional capacity building workshop in Shillong, focused on fostering entrepreneurship among indigenous women based on NTFP. Addressing the gathering, Sharma stressed the importance of leveraging forest resources to enhance income opportunities for women in the region. She acknowledged that while women possess deep knowledge of forest resources, ranging from herbal plants to various forest products, they often miss out on economic benefits and managerial roles. Sharma recalled the pivotal role women played in the Chipko movement in Uttarakhand, where they protected trees from being cut down. She noted that in many tribal communities, women are the primary caretakers of the forest and its produce. However, when it comes to earning from these resources or holding managerial position, their participation is often limited.
Culturally or historically, women are the custodians of forest. We have all seen Chico Andolan and how women of Uttarakhand save the forest, save the trees from cutting. So all the tribal areas, women are the one who are saving forests and saving forest produce also. Every work is being done by the women. But when it comes to earning money or when it comes to managerial jobs, women are not there.
The NCW chairperson underscored the Commission's vision of ensuring that women are actively involved in all aspects of forest related work, particularly in starting and managing their own businesses. Additionally, she highlighted the need to support self help groups to expand their small businesses through enhanced capacity building efforts. Sharma advocated for training women in product development, marketing, and packaging of forest based goods, as well as facilitating access to easy loan for business ventures. Resource persons at the workshop will provide practical guidance to help these women establish and grow their businesses, ensuring they can also participate in decision making process related to forest work.
And NCW has a vision that women should be part of every work which is related to forest. And especially when they are starting their own work. These self-help groups have got their small businesses. Why can't we expand their businesses by capacity building? So that's how we vision this program. How you will market your, I think that is the most important when you're starting your business. Marketing, packaging, how you can do all these things. Step-wise we are going to teach all these things.
This workshop marks the beginning of an important program in Shillong aimed at significantly benefiting the women of Meghalaya. The NCW's initiative is set to play a crucial role in the economic empowerment of tribal and forest dwelling women across the Northeast, promoting sustainable development and entrepreneurship based on non timber forest produce. This is Nenika with Lanfrang Nonspang reporting for Northeast Diary from Akashvani News, Shillong.
Folks, now we bring an interview with three dynamic young female entrepreneurs from the Northeast, Purva Barua, Desiree Dingdo, and Barsha Sharma. They have received specialized training through Niti Aayog's project Maitri, which equips women and skills in hospitality, finance, and marketing to establish and manage thriving homestays. Stay tuned as they engage in a conversation with senior broadcaster Kaushik Roy.
In the studios today, we are joined by three young lady entrepreneurs from the northeast of India, Purva Barua, Desiree Dingdo, and Barsha Sharma. And they are in our studios today as they just underwent a training which was organized by the National Institution for Transforming India, the Niti Aayog, and this program was called Maitri, to develop homestays in different parts of the northeast of the country. Purva, Desiree, and Barsha, welcome to the studios of Akashvani. And we would like to know from each one of you about your experience in this wonderful training program that was organized by the Niti Aayog.
I am Purva Barua and I am from Guwahati, Assam. I am here because I run a homestay with my mother in our hometown itself, Guwahati. We have been doing it since the last 3-4 years. And I'm here today as part of the Women Entrepreneurship Program, which was organized by the Niti Aayog. It's day 5 of the program, and to say the least, it has been very inspiring because I feel like there has been so little acknowledgement of women-run businesses, especially smaller businesses, that to be given this space and platform to be here, to learn about things, to share our experiences with all the other lovely women, it has indeed been a pleasure.
Right. And what about you, Barsha?
Hi, I'm Barsha from Sikkim, and I run a property named Nolina Boutique Homestay. I've been running since last 2 years. So till date, the property has been a wonderful experience for me, and it has been a learning experience while running a property for everything. And since getting this opportunity to come to Delhi, getting trained from an ITC experts, they have been training us how the 5-star hotel has been running and what are the small things that they follow, which we also can implement in our property and can make it into a bigger scales. So that has been a wonderful experience and a learning thing for me. Of course, looking forward to make my a small property into a larger scale. And now I'm really interested, rejuvenated, and excited to in fact go back to the property and fix the things that I have been not doing it right.
And what about your experience?
Hi, my name is Desri Dingdo. I'm from Meghalaya. I run a homestay called Stay a While in Cherrapunji, the wettest place on earth. I'm glad to have been a part of this competition, which is hosted by Niti Aayog. And to add on to what they've said, this has been a huge opportunity for us in learning and being educated on all the aspects which really goes into running a small business, not just basically on the shop floor, but some aspects like social media, branding, the licenses required, even the hospitality factor, which has been well put by the ITC hotels and everything, so on and so forth.
It's interesting to note what all three of you said. If memory serves me correctly, in India, the first kind of homestays that we had was the bed and breakfast ones. It became quite popular here in this capital city of India during the 2010 Commonwealth Games. And it took off from there. And today, of course, it's a growing business because there are travelers who would prefer to indulge in things that is very local. So homestays in India gives a big push to our vocal for local scheme also. And then, staying in a branded property like a hotel, it's quite kind of impersonal. And if you could tell from your own perspective, each one of you, that what are the little things that, like you are running a homestay in Assam, you are in Sikkim, you are in Meghalaya, what are the little add-ons that you give in your properties to make your property unique or make the guest more welcome? Little things that if you can share with our listeners.
Sure. The first thing is, I think, food, which is really important in creating an overall experience for the guests. So we make sure that when we are serving them breakfast, we include something local, something that is grown locally. So that's how we empower them. And secondly, when guests come in there, then they be like, what can we do throughout the whole day? Can you suggest us activities that we can go? Then we'll direct them towards local activities, like go to a ride in the Brahmaputra, go explore the local markets, explore the local fabrics. So yeah, that's we kind of incorporate the local in our businesses as well.
And Sikkim also, it's a kind of tourist place which is very clean. First of all, it's very green, very clean. And from what I've heard is that plastics is banned. So what are the uniqueness of your properties in Sikkim?
Sikkim has been tagged as an organic state.
Yes.
So that has been an advantage to me as running a property. And we have a small kitchen garden. We have a small chicken farms. And that is not something new that I added to the property. That was always there because we live in a rural area. So it was always there. So it's not something new. It's just that now when I started the property as a homestay, that has been kind of a uniqueness to the guests coming from the city because they get involved in an agricultural activities. I just said to my guests, like, would you like to join for some gardening activity?
Yes.
And they do. And I tell my even guests, if you're interested, come join. We have a turkey at home. We have an American silky chicken, different kind of chicken it is. So we want to get some egg from the chicken farm. They do. So I'm just collecting from the chicken farm directly and cooking and serving it to them has been a wonderful experience.
There's a new way of from farm to table.
Farm to table it is,
experience,
yes.
Yeah.
A small. A cherry tomato is very famous.
Yes.
Cherry tomato, it just be lying in the farm, which before I never considered it to be a nutritional value so high. Now when I realized it, when I serve to the guests with that small cherry tomato, so they like it, they love it. So that has been something unique thing.
Right. And what about you in Sora, which is, of course, as you mentioned, the wettest place in India, but very beautiful also. So what are the uniqueness? One is, of course, it's a very wet place. I think it rains more than 250 days per year, if I'm not wrong, or maybe more.
An average.
And then, of course, what you also have some kind of little farm and other kind of things in your homestay.
We don't have a farm within our property per se, but we do like to indulge our guests in the local sightseeing. If the guests actually prefer like the home cooked food, which you mentioned briefly, some guests do come to our place specifically and request us to make the local delicacy and everything, and we are more than ready to make that for them. We are proud of actually showcasing our local cuisine to the guests. And talking about rain, some guests particularly do travel all the way to Cherrapunji just to see the rain. So the guests who comes to stay with us, we are situated in a more residential area in the rural hub of the village, and the guests actually really enthralled to see what actually goes on in the village life of this renowned place, and they actually go back with very good fond memories, especially in the waterfalls and the greenery and everything, as you mentioned.
Right. Also, I'd like to know from you, how did this homestay business kind of dawn upon you?
I would say it all started after COVID actually.
Okay.
So I was studying outside of my home state before that, and then with COVID, I was at home for a longer period of time. My family was there, my mom was there, and this whole mindset of you only leave once after COVID, it just set in. And then we already had a floor just right above our residence, which was empty. So, and then there was this drive, and spending time with my mom at that moment. She's already good at this housekeeping, hospitality stuff, and just talking with her. And it kind of dawned on us that, yeah, it's right there. We just have all that we need. All we have to do is just put in our work.
So, you mean to say on a particular floor, you started from the scratch, like decorating, getting in the furniture, kind of things.
Yes.
So, can you elaborate on that?
So we have our rooms, right? We live on the first floor, and our properties, which are given for homestays, in the floor right above us. So it was still lying there, like till COVID. And then when we kind of started thinking about, what could be done with it, it's there, we should put it to good use. Then the kind of idea about homestays struck us, because we as a family also used to like to travel a lot. And then we have had lovely experiences with homestays. So it kind of dawned on us, we also can do this really well. It's all there. And then started the process of decorating it. And it's almost mostly done just being self-sufficient in ourselves. Like, it's just me, my mother, and then bringing in our other family members whenever needed. So she was really good at all. She's good at interior designing. And so that's how it all started.
Running a homestay, you have to take care of every need of the guest, that is from food to, as you mentioned, maybe arranging sightseeing for them or local shopping. So what are the kind of chores that you do, like from the kitchen to managing everything? You all do yourselves, or you also have people helping you with that?
We have broken it down. Like, I look after one part, like I am the first person in contact. So I'll be calling up the guests, talking to them before the check-in part, like what time they will be coming in, what special requirements do they need. Then I'll pass it on to my mom, who will do like the execution part of it. And she has a team to help her with the cleaning, cooking.
And what about cuisine? Because Assam is known for its cuisine. So do you serve any kind of food that the customer requests, or you also make it a point to, at least during their stay of maybe 3 days, 4 days, have a pakka Ohania meal once?
We do have the option of giving them a local proper Assamese meal, but we do ask them that, would you like to have this? So that's like decided before they come in. Would you like to avail this? So yeah, we do have it in place, but it also just depends on what the guests want.
And the cooking is done at your property itself. Nothing is
nothing outside. It just happens like in a very self-sufficient nature within the premises.
Right. And Barsha, what is your take on that?
I think initially the state government was driving this massive drive that the homestay has to come up, and then you have to be a self-sufficient thing. So luckily, I was the one to get on a 2-room property provided by the government at that point of time. So with the 2-room property, a cottage that I got from the government, that I started with that. And plus, on top of that, we have this old traditional home, ancestral property. So the guests started liking it. Guests started coming, and they wanted to be with the family inside, be with the family, and they wanted to see the culture and how we live, everything and all.
So you mean to say now you're having 2 properties or more?
I don't have a two properties. It just linked up.
Okay.
It's just that I added 4 more rooms extra.
Okay.
So now I have total of 6 rooms together.
Okay, and this is located in the capital, Gangtok, or you're outside?
I am situated in Namchi,
Okay.
that is South Sikkim.
So if someone were to go from Delhi, what would be the route to reach your
So the
homestay?
nearest airport is Bagdogra, or we have this Pakyong airport as well. From there, we have to take a cab or a bus, anything, whichever is suitable. From there, it takes 2 to 3 hours drive.
From Pakyong.
From Pakyong also, yes, it takes 2 to 3 hours. And from the Bagdogra, it takes 2 to 3 hours drive. So yes, then you'll be reaching there to the property.
Now, you also tell us, like Purba also said, that what are the, like they have their own family involved, and then some help also is taken from outside. So how do you manage your property?
My entire family stays in the same property.
Okay.
So, of course, I have been taking care of everything now, like from starting from the bookings to cooking to cleaning and everything. Of course, I have a helper with me, so I've assigned the work differently. But it has come to the point where there's nobody and I have to do everything.
Great.
Everything also. And I think that taught me so many things. Now I can just go check inside the room and I can see the difference because I've done it myself
Yourself,
with
yes.
my hand. So that has been helpful because I did it with my hand personally. I can just tell this is wrong, this is right. So yes, that's how it's been going.
And your experience?
We had an ancestral land in Cherrapunji, and I had actually briefly worked in the hospitality sector. And it's just before COVID that we had planned to actually set up a homestay for budgeted travelers who are actually looking specifically for that segment. So COVID happened and it got delayed. So after COVID, then we started the business, started running with it, and yeah, so far it's been going quite at a decent pace for us and good business for us, and as well as good memories for the guests who come to stay with us.
One important factor that I'd like to know from you is that how have been the government approvals or sanctions that are required to get a homestay certification or license, whatever it is known as. So what has been your experience and how is it done? If you could mention about your respective states.
We do have to look into certain registrations and licenses that starts even before registering yourself as a homestay. It starts from the construction itself.
Okay.
So yeah, there are a few processes that you have to go through. The list is long. You need a lot of tick marks from the government, like pollution, like rainwater harvesting. So the list is long. It takes quite a few time. With it being online, with the whole thing being digital, it has been a little easier on us. You can just sit at home and make sure that you get it all done. Now with the homestay business growing, I think there has been a lot of schemes that has been targeted towards this from the government itself. So yeah, there has been support from the government.
Right. And your experience also?
I think the government has been very supportive to.
In your case, it was the government
who initiated,
themselves gave you two
structures.
Start off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The government has been very supportive, and till date, for anything I need, the government is there. The tourism department is there. They'll be very supportive, and for the license wise and all, we have some criteria to be fulfilled. We have some license renewed and all. Fire has to be placed because that comes under the safety things.
True.
That and all are there. We have to renew it yearly. But other than that, I think the government has been very supportive towards the homestays or any of the entrepreneurial thing that we come up with.
Yeah, so whatever they said is the same thing as because, especially with the schemes from the central government, PMEGP, we've received a lot of help from that, as well as the state government schemes as well, particularly towards the homestay segment in our state as well.
Right. Thank you all for joining us in the studios of Akashvani today and sharing so many inputs about this wonderful sector. And on behalf of everyone here, we wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for having us.
Folks, you just heard an interview with three dynamic young female entrepreneurs from the Northeast, Purba Barua, Desiri Dingdo, and Barsha Sharma. They were being interviewed by Kaushik Roy. So friends, with that, we come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us next week to hear more stories from this enchanting part of India. Until then, goodbye.
This program was presented and produced by Vinita Thakur with assistance from Kumar Gaurav. It was brought to you by the News Services Division of Akashvani.